What up, world? I just saw Inside Out. It's the new animated movie from Pixar. Y'all know Pixar, man. They're the kings of this animated movie shit. Um, Toy Story, A Bug's Life, The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, Ratatouille, Wally, Up. The list goes on, man. Um, it stars Amy Poehler, Lewis Black, Mindy Kaling, Bill Hader, Phyllis Smith, Caitlin Diaz. She portrays the main girl with all the emotions that's in her head, and then Diane Lane and Kyle MacLachlan play her parents. It's directed by Pete Docter, who also directed Monsters Inc. and Up, two of Pixar's all-time best. It starts when the kid's born. Her first emotion is a happy emotion. Joy is created inside her head, voiced by Amy Poehler, and she's kind of like the leader of the five emotional characters. I guess because she was the first one to be created. And then, there's like a little slight montage, if you will, of her life up until the main story, which she's 11. There's an event that occurs in her life, and I guess Joy kind of realizes that she's not always in control because such a catastrophic event for an 11-year-old brings on more emotions than just happiness. And then I want to say that they showed it in the previews, but Sadness, voiced by Phyllis Smith, does something to one of the primary memories, and then trying to fix the situation, Joy and Sadness, they both get lost inside her brain, basically. Like, they don't like portray it as a brain. And then you have Mindy Kaling, who's disgust. You have Lewis Black, who's anger, and you have Bill Hader, who's fear, all voiced perfectly. I can't express how perfect the emotions were cast. They have to try to they're trying to create other emotions, but they only know themselves. You know what I'm saying? And then it's up to Joy. It's up to Joy to get her and Sadness back to headquarters, is what they call it. And they basically like come across other memories and other things from the girl's life, from Riley's life, and it's just the adventure that they go on is just so good. I've said it once, I can't say it again, man. Like the voice cast was so good in this movie, man. Um, just Amy Poehler just crushes. Phyllis Smith crushes. Like Sadness, like she and like the colors that they use, like blue. When you're blue, you're sad. It's perfect. Green, broccoli is green. That's how disgust kind of comes about. I don't remember why fear is purple or why anger is red, but when you're mad you see red, so that makes sense. Um, and then I mean even her parents, they worked, man. Kyle MacLachlan, Diane Lane, they worked, and they showed voices in their head too. It was so good. Um, Richard Kind, who I think he was in Spin City. He's in A Serious Man, directed by the Coen Brothers. The character he voices, he plays an important part, and he crushed it. Um, but low key, like to an extent, man, like Amy Poehler's the star because they kind of put Joy at the center, and I can't give it enough praise, man. I don't feel like I should have to talk about Pixar's animation, man. It's state of the art. It's crispy. It's just like even when they do like tight shots, I guess, of joy or sadness, emotion, fear, whatever, anger. They don't look like people. They don't look like anything you've really seen before. Because on the edges, they look like kind of Sully-ish from Monsters Inc. Kind of the way that he like his hair would bounce. Like they have like a distinct look to him when you see him tight on the screen. And I was just like amazed, man. Like as soon as the movie starts, man, I was just so like invested and entertained and interested in all of it, man. Just the way that they would relate emotions and things that everybody has gone through. Like everybody can relate to this movie into how they would use it. It was genius. The way they used ideas. You know, there's a certain phrase people say when they have an idea, and they used it in this. I loved it. Um, like Lewis Black had me laughing. Bill Hader probably has the most underrated performance, and Mindy Kaling too. Like Amy Poehler's a standout, but I think everybody else was a scene stealer in a cartoon. That's crazy. This could become a franchise. Like Pixar, like I love when Pixar does original stuff. Like don't get me wrong. I love Toy Story 2. I love Toy Story 3. I don't think Cars 2 is horrible. It's one of the lower Pixar movies. And then I'm so glad we're finally getting an Incredibles 2 and Toy Story 4. Like after the perfect trilogy, how do you continue Toy Story and keep it rolling? Um, and this could definitely become a franchise if you stay with this character, or if you create new people for the emotions to pop up in, so you can use different voices and stuff and different memories, and just it's a whole new world, you know, to piggyback off Aladdin, another Disney franchise, man. I don't have any complaints, man. Like, and the more the story goes, the more you get invested, and when you can relate to what's going on screen, man, you get invested, and the emotions hit you, man. I feel like I've only ever like teared up twice in the theater, Inside Out and Toy Story 3, man. If you say you did not feel something when Andy gave his toys away, you have no soul. Because I can relate to a lot of what was going on with Riley, the main girl, the little girl. It hit me. I teared up. I'm a grown man, and I ain't gonna lie. But at the end of the day, man, in my opinion, Inside Out is dope as fuck. I'm debating whether or not this is my favorite movie of the year. Like that's how much I love this movie. Not just a cartoon, not just an animated movie, man. This is a movie that anybody can relate to. Kids are gonna love it because it's colorful. Adults are gonna love it because you can relate to it. Have you seen Inside Out? Where does it rank among Pixar list? You know what I mean, best to worst, however many movies they've done. I'm gonna do a video on my favorite Pixar movies. I won't just do 10. I'll do all of them after The Good Dinosaur comes out. So stay tuned in November. Um, I'm gonna do my movie talk this month on my 10 of my favorite, because I don't think it's a hardcore list of 10 through 1, but 10 of my favorite 90s movies. And then next week Ted 2 comes out. My Blu-ray collection update is coming. And then July 1st I'm gonna see Terminator, for better or worse. Um, that's all I got for now, man. Stay tuned. Check out my older reviews. Jurassic World, Entourage, Spy, they're all posted. Um, get at me on whatever site, as always, man. Peace.